Welcome back to What Happens If, the only channel on YouTube where we discuss what happens if. Now, please do consider liking and subscribing to this video, as that will be the only and best way to know the top 6 things that happen if you only eat meat, like a damn carnivorous cat, or an Inuit tribe, or like some of the crazy people that we'll actually be discussing throughout this video. So, number 6, weight loss. Yes, only eating meat has been associated with weight loss. Of course, when you begin to only eat meat, you will shed like crazy all of the water weight. Now, however you do that, that's not a topic for this video. Maybe a later one. What happens if in that very special place? But compared to the standard American diet, very likely that only eating meat will cause a caloric deficit. Why is that? Well, only eating meat is very calorically satiating, meaning it's difficult to eat so much of it. Now, again, compared to the standard American diet, which includes all kinds of goodies and I'm pretty sure donuts are on there, and rice and bread and pastas and all sorts of delectable goods that you can get from Starbucks, well, those will no longer be on your carnivorous diet. So when it comes down to it, compared to those standard diets, yes, it has been associated with weight loss. Now, here's the thing. You probably know this yourself. Have you ever gone into a restaurant, unlike me, because I don't really go to restaurants, but if you've ever gone to a restaurant and you've sat down and you waited for your waiter to get over there and you said, "Hello, sir, may I please have 10 pounds of ground beef?" Well, if they even brought it to you, I'm going to guess that you probably had a lot of difficulty finishing it, because again, it's very difficult to eat so much of this. So when it comes down to it, only eating meat means that people typically find that they can't eat as much. So just by that sort of measurement, people will eat in a caloric deficit and lose weight. Number 5, increased mental clarity. Yes, only eating meat has been associated with increased mental clarity. Why is this? Well, as your body goes through this refractory period from switching from using sugars and glucose as its primary energy source for the brain's activities, it will go to ketones, which is what is metabolized from protein and fat. Well, mainly fat, but if you're going to only be eating meat, you're going to be getting only protein and fat to begin with. So it's the only thing that your body has. And actually, this has been shown, this molecule has been shown, this in a way, a macronutrient has been shown to cause your body to operate very, very smoothly. Your brain actually likes these ketones. So through that metric, people typically do report increased mental clarity. Number 4, better heart health. Now, to understand this one, we need to first talk about the Mayo Clinic's definition of a cholesterol ratio and its significance to determining what is good and what is bad. And they have decided that your cholesterol ratio is a better risk predictor than total cholesterol, or LDL. So, we now leading into what we're going to talk about over here. A crazy man himself, or perhaps not crazy, a pioneer of human evolution is what we'll call him. Ryan Munsey, a performance coach with a degree in food science and human nutrition, has been on a carnivore diet for 35 days, and he actually documented his numbers. Before he began this very interesting diet, he actually had his blood work done, and it was revealed that his total cholesterol was 180, which meant that his HDL level, which is frequently called the good cholesterol, was 57, and the bad cholesterol was 123, which are typically good scores. However, after 35 days of the carnivore diet, he checked them again, and what he found was that his total cholesterol climbed to 241. While many doctors consider anything over 200 to be too high, part of the reason was the increase in HDL. It went up to 10 points. His LDL went to 162, but his VLDL levels, considered a major marker for heart disease risk, were measured at 12, which is extremely low. That gave Munsey a ratio of 3.6 to 1. Now, going back to our conversation of ratios, a ratio of 3 is considered optimal, so he's in an extremely healthy range. Number 3, lower inflammation. The liver produces C-reactive proteins, also known as CRP, in response to inflammation. So why is this important? So measuring CRP levels can indicate how much inflammation is in your system. A level of 10 or less is normal, and 1 or less is very good. Now, going back to our friend Ryan Munsey, his CRP score post-diet was incredibly low, 0.34. A 2013 study in the Journal of Metabolism compared subjects who ate a high-fat, low-carb diet to those following a low-fat, high-carb diet, and the calories were restricted in both groups. But the high-fat eaters had lower markers of systemic inflammation after 12 weeks. And yes, I now have a lisp after saying that a million times. As a result, the researchers concluded that high-fat eating may be more beneficial to cardiovascular health. Number 2, fewer digestive problems. Yes, a 2012 study in the World Journal of Gastroenterology investigated the effects of reducing fiber intake in people with chronic constipation. Yes, you know what that means, and that's a topic for another video perhaps. The complete opposite of what most doctors would recommend was actually found throughout this study. Subjects were told to consume no fiber whatsoever for 2 weeks. Then they were allowed to increase their fiber intake to a level where they were comfortable with, or follow a high fiber diet. Incredibly, most of the subjects were doing so well that they opted to continue on the zero fiber plan. The study lasted 6 months. Those who ate the high fiber reported no change in their condition, but those who ate no or small amounts of fiber noted significant improvements in their symptoms, including reduced gas, bloating, and straining. Furthermore, the ones on zero fiber actually increased the frequency of their bowel movements. Yes, that is a good thing. The reason fiber-filled eating could be problematic for the gut is due to ideas about plant defenses that contain to dissuade predators from actually eating them. Believe it or not, we believe that plants have very intelligent sort of features about them which allow them to mess your digestion up by causing you bloating, gas, and other digestive distress. And that is the plant's defense against you, you mean vegans eating them. Anyways, those sorts of things have been known to contribute to autoimmune and inflammation disorders, causing disorders such as IBS and leaky gut. So this is a very controversial opinion. Of course, I want to state that. However, there is information out there documented that yes, low to no fiber has been actually associated with relieving some digestive issues. And now for number 1. Increased testosterone. Yes, diets high in fat have shown to boost testosterone levels, and of course, if you're only eating meat, you're probably going to be high in fat. In fact, a study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that men who followed a high-fat, low-fiber diet for 10 weeks had 13% higher testosterone than subjects who ate low-fat and high-fiber. Now, this is very interesting because that would suggest that all you have to do is just eat a ton of meat and you'll get extremely jacked. Now, of course, this is going to probably only really appeal to a subsect of the population. I'm sure that this might not be the most important thing for many people out there. And again, I won't name any genders because we won't be gender stereotyping around this channel. But assuming that not everyone wants to have that, well, you know what? Maybe that would be a concern if you are taking on a full-on all-meat diet. Now, while this is professional advice, it's unlicensed, so don't listen to me. If you want to try a diet like this, please seek a professional first. Not me. I'm just a guy from the internet. I do not have any sort of degrees in this, to be very, very clear. But what I can say is, hey, if you've ever tried this diet, if you know anyone who's ever done this diet, or if you are interested in trying this diet, please do let me know in the comment section below, as I would love to speak with you in the future. So that's going to do it for this week on What Happens If. I will see you in the next one. Take care.